Today we're cooking Crispy Chicken Alfredo Bake, a rich, creamy, and incredibly comforting American classic. Quick to make, full of flavor, and perfect for a cozy dinner at home. Now it's time to give the chicken that crispy, crunchy coating that Americans love in this kind of baked pasta dish. Set up 3 shallow bowls. In the first, add the flour. In the second, crack in the eggs and beat them well with a fork. In the third, pour in the breadcrumbs. Take each piece of seasoned chicken and first roll it in the flour, shaking off any extra so it's lightly coated. Then dip it into the beaten egg, letting the excess drip off. And finally, press it into the breadcrumbs so it's fully covered on all sides. Place the breaded pieces onto a plate or tray. Repeat this process until all the chicken is coated. This 3-step breading method helps the crust stick firmly to the meat and gives that deep, satisfying crunch after frying and baking. Heat a large pan over medium to medium-high heat and add a generous layer of vegetable oil, just enough to cover the bottom. When the oil is hot and shimmering, carefully place the breaded chicken pieces into the pan in a single layer, making sure not to overcrowd it. Fry the chicken in batches if necessary. Cook each piece for a few minutes on each side until the coating turns a deep golden brown and the chicken is cooked through. The inside should be juicy while the outside becomes crunchy. As each batch is done, transfer the chicken to a plate lined with paper towels to absorb any extra oil. This step gives the dish its signature texture. Even after baking, the chicken will still have that wonderful, crispy bite. While the chicken is frying, you can save time by cooking the pasta. Bring a large pot of salted water to a boil. The water should taste lightly salty, like the sea, so the pasta is flavored from the inside. Add your pasta of choice, such as penne, rigatoni, or broken fettuccine, and cook according to the package instructions. But reduce the time by about 1 minute so the pasta is just al dente. It will continue to cook in the oven later, so you don't want it to be too soft at this stage. When the pasta is ready, drain it well and set it aside. You can drizzle a tiny bit of olive oil over it and toss gently so it doesn't stick together. Don't rinse it. The starch on the pasta will help the sauce cling beautifully. Now we move to the heart of this American favorite, the rich, silky Alfredo sauce. In a large saucepan or deep pan, melt the butter over medium heat. Add the finely minced garlic and cook it gently for about 30 to 60 seconds, stirring constantly, just until it becomes fragrant and slightly soft, but not browned. Then pour in the heavy cream and whole milk, stirring to combine. Let the mixture heat up until it starts to gently simmer, not boil. Add the salt, black pepper, and a pinch of nutmeg if you're using it. Nutmeg gives a warm, classic Alfredo flavor. Reduce the heat to low and slowly add the grated Parmesan cheese, a handful at a time, stirring constantly until it melts completely into the sauce. You should end up with a smooth, thick, creamy sauce that coats the back of a spoon. If the sauce seems too thick, you can loosen it with a splash of milk. If it's too thin, let it simmer gently for a few minutes until it reduces and thickens. Once your Alfredo sauce is ready and silky, it's time to marry it with the pasta. Add the cooked, drained pasta directly into the pan with the sauce. Gently toss everything together, using a spoon or tongs to lift the pasta from the bottom so every piece is coated in the creamy mixture. Take your time with this step so the sauce really gets into all the curves and holes of the pasta. If the mixture looks too dry, you can splash in a little more milk or a spoonful of the starchy pasta water. If you kept some, taste the pasta and sauce together and adjust the seasoning, adding a little more salt or pepper if needed. At this stage, you should already have a rich, comforting bowl of creamy pasta that could be eaten just like this. But we're gonna take it to the next level by adding the crispy chicken and baking it with cheese.
Now it's time to build the final dish. Preheat your oven to 180°. Take a medium or large baking dish and lightly grease it with a bit of butter or oil to prevent sticking. Pour the creamy pasta into the dish and spread it out evenly. Then take your golden, crispy chicken pieces and arrange them over the top of the pasta, you can push some pieces slightly into the pasta so you get chicken in every bite. Sprinkle the shredded mozzarella cheese evenly over the entire surface, and then add the extra grated Parmesan on top for even more flavor. The cheese layer will melt and bubble in the oven, forming a beautiful, cheesy crust that seals in all the creaminess underneath. Place the baking dish into the preheated oven and bake for about 10-15 minutes, or until the cheese on top is fully melted, bubbling and lightly golden in spots. If you want a slightly more brown top, you can switch on the broiler for the last 1 to 2 minutes, keeping a close eye so it doesn't burn. Once the dish is ready, carefully remove it from the oven and let it rest for 5-10 minutes. This helps the sauce thicken slightly and makes it easier to serve neat portions. Before bringing it to the table, sprinkle some freshly chopped parsley over the top for a pop of color and a fresh aroma. Serve generous scoops of the Crispy Chicken Alfredo Bake on warm plates, making sure each portion has both creamy pasta and crunchy chicken. It's rich, cozy, and very much in the style of American comfort food that people love to cook for family dinners and gatherings. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Many new and exciting recipes are coming soon.